Hi everyone, welcome to today's premiere. I'm excited to be here with you live in the chat where I'll be answering your questions during our Q&A right after this video. So please stick around till the end. So this is for anyone who's feeling stuck in a toxic relationship or keeps going back to a manipulative and psychologically abusive person, even though you know it's damaging, maybe even destroying you. You're not weak or crazy. What you're dealing with might actually be a trauma bond. I'm Lise Leblanc, therapist, author, and life coach, and I work with people from all around the world who are trauma bonded and desperate to break free. They just want to stop hurting and start healing. So in today's video, I'm sharing 7 powerful steps to break a trauma bond. But I won't lie, it is a painful, slow process. Breaking free isn't just about walking away. It's about surviving the emotional withdrawal symptoms, rewiring your nervous system, and ending the emotional addiction that keeps pulling you back. Before we dive in, please take a second to like, comment, and consider sharing it with someone that needs to hear it. And if you are looking for more support and resources, please consider joining my members only community where you will find exclusive videos, free worksheets, and so much more. All right, let's get started. Step 1 is acknowledge the trauma bond. So the first step to breaking free is recognizing and accepting that you're in a trauma bond. This isn't about blaming or shaming yourself. It's about becoming aware of the destructive pattern that you've been caught in. Trauma bonds form when love gets entangled with pain. The cycle of highs and lows, the intense connection followed by emotional chaos, creates a kind of emotional addiction that's incredibly hard to walk away from. You might feel confused, torn, guilty, even though the relationship is destroying you and you know it. So if you're going through this right now, drop a yes in the comment section or share a bit of your experience. You never know who might need to hear it today. When you keep feeling pulled back to someone who's hurting you, it is often a trauma bond. And seeing it as an emotional addiction and naming it for what it is often the first step towards breaking free. But please be compassionate with yourself because breaking an addiction isn't easy. Step 2, get clear on your boundaries. So now that you've acknowledged the trauma bond, you'll need to get clear on your needs, your values, and start setting some firm boundaries to protect your time, space, and energy. Trauma bonds thrive when we ignore our own boundaries and tolerate behaviors that are not healthy for us. And if you've been failing to set and enforce boundaries, it would be good to explore why that is. Is it to avoid abandonment, avoid conflict, or avoid the terrible withdrawal symptoms that you experience every time you try to break free? Now, it's quite possible that you haven't felt safe, loved, respected, or valued in this relationship for a very long time. And maybe you've wanted to leave or even tried to leave many times. You may already be out of the relationship but keep feeling pulled or pressured to go back. And that's why sometimes the only way to truly protect your peace and start healing is to go no contact. That said, I get that going no contact is not always possible and it will depend on your specific circumstances. But if you're dealing with a malignant narcissist or sociopath, you need to understand that they will never, ever respect your boundaries no matter what you say or do. And so you can end up stuck in this painful and confusing cycle of emotional ups and downs, constantly reopening old wounds and slowly continuing to lose your sense of self. So no contact isn't about punishment, it's about protection. It's about giving yourself the space you need to heal, to start thinking clearly, and rebuild your emotional stability without constantly being pulled back into the chaos. And just to be clear, no contact means no more reaching out or responding to them in any way, shape, or form. No calling, no texting, no checking their social media accounts, no revisiting messages, photos, songs, or places that bring back memories of them. No indirect contact through mutual friends. No repeated blocking and unblocking. No more allowing them to rent space in your mind. So you need to ask yourself if you're ready to trust yourself and to set and enforce boundaries and do everything in your power to protect yourself and put an end to this insanity so that you can heal and move forward. Step 3 is to regulate and track your emotions. Breaking a trauma bond comes with intense emotional lows that can feel completely destabilizing. And that's why you need a daily structure and some tools to help you manage these difficult emotions, to build resilience and stay connected to your healing process. Otherwise, you might start looking for a quick fix solution, like reaching out to them just to soothe the pain you're experiencing in the moment. But here are some healthy alternatives that you can try. First, start the day with a grounding practice, and this could be just 5 minutes of breathing or a quick body scan meditation to help regulate your nervous system as best as you can under the current circumstances. Second thing, set 3 small achievable goals. Give yourself a few manageable tasks to accomplish. It can be anything, maybe just taking a walk, reaching out to a friend. And these small wins can help build your confidence and help you feel more in control. Third, feed your mind. So every day, listen to a podcast, watch an inspiring video, or read something that supports your healing and your growth. I've included a few suggestions in the video description, but feel free to share your favorites in the comment section. 4, use distress tolerance strategies. So when difficult emotions arise, and they will arise during this process, you will experience strong waves of painful thoughts and emotions, as well as strong urges. So it's important to have a good support network and healthy coping strategies to rely on. I've linked a few free resources in the description section that includes 9 distress tolerance skills that you can start to practice to help take the edge off when you're feeling overwhelmed. 5, track your emotions at the end of the day. You can do this by journaling, or you can use a simple tracking sheet, or even use AI to help you make sense of what you're thinking and feeling. This can help you notice patterns and progress over time. Here's a simple method that you can try. First, when you experience a negative emotion, name it. Is it anger, sadness, guilt, regret, longing? Then rate the emotion on a scale of 1 to 10. Notice any urges that you have. Are you tempted to reach out? If so, what triggered those urges? What thoughts fueled them? How did you manage to resist or surf that urge? And then track your overall mood. So at the end of the day, give your mood a score or journal for a few minutes to summarize your general mood that day. And if you want to do some journaling, here are some prompts to guide you. What did I learn about myself today? How did I take care of myself today? What is one good reason that I'm choosing to let go of this relationship? And remember, when you're journaling, don't just focus on the negatives. Take time to notice and write about all of the positives too. What are you grateful for? What small improvements did you notice? Or what are you looking forward to? Real change doesn't usually happen in one big epic moment. It's usually the result of small, consistent changes over time that gradually build momentum and create lasting transformation, not just in your behavior, but ultimately in your overall sense of identity. By regulating your emotions and tracking them daily, you can start to get a handle on the internal chaos that you're experiencing. And over time, you'll feel more emotionally grounded and you'll start noticing signs of healing, fewer urges, better boundaries, and a clearer sense of self. Step 4 is forgive yourself and let go of guilt. One of the hardest parts of breaking a trauma bond is working through all the guilt and shame that comes with these types of relationships. You might find yourself wondering, why did I stay so long? Or feeling like you're somehow responsible or to blame for the breakdown of the relationship or for the other person's emotions and problems. But here's the truth. Trauma bonds distort your sense of self and your sense of reality, making it very hard to see the situation for what it really is while you're still in it. And even once you're out, it can take a long time before you can really see clearly. So please don't blame yourself for getting caught in this toxic cycle or for staying in it for so long. Step 5 is give yourself closure. One of the most painful parts of a trauma bond is the lack of closure. You might be holding on to hope that the person will apologize to you or explain their behavior. But if you're dealing with someone who is emotionally manipulative or narcissistic, that closure will never come. And trying to get it usually just pulls you back into the toxic cycle, reopening old wounds. So the most powerful form of closure is the closure that you give yourself. So start by writing a letter, not to send, but just for you. Say everything you need to say. Let your emotions flow. Express the anger, confusion, sadness, nostalgia, even love if it's still there. Then when you're ready, you can tear it up, burn it, or save it somewhere private as a symbol of your decision to move forward. And as you do this, pay attention to your words. Are there phrases that keep the door open subtly, like maybe someday, or I'll always love you, but? And consider whether those thoughts are helping you let go or just keeping you stuck. You can also delete old messages, photos, and mementos, change their name in your phone to something like closed chapter, or even remove their contact entirely if possible. These actions might feel small, but they reinforce your decision to close the door for good, not out of bitterness, but out of self-respect. Step 6 is redefine love. Once you've been in a trauma bond, your definition of love may become twisted, associated with pain, chaos, and intensity. You may have mistaken control for care or emotional highs and lows for passion. But real love isn't chaotic and painful. It's respectful, it's consistent and safe. So take some time to explore what healthy love might look like for you now. What are your non-negotiables? What red flags will you never ever ignore again? What does mutual respect, emotional safety, and reciprocity look and feel like in your nervous system? And ask yourself, might there be deeper reasons why you seek or attract emotionally unavailable or toxic partners? Were you taught that love had to be earned, that you had to prove your worth? These non-conscious beliefs often form early in life and shape who we're drawn to and what we'll tolerate from someone else. So this step is about reprogramming those internal beliefs and raising your standards. When you truly believe that you're the kind of person who deserves and is capable of experiencing a consistent, loving relationship, that is exactly when you'll stop settling for anything less. Number 7 is rebuilding your identity in your life. So one of the most powerful ways to break a trauma bond is to rebuild the parts of yourself that were dismissed, diminished, or lost in the relationship. Trauma bonds often form when your sense of self becomes entangled with someone else's approval, attention, or manipulative behavior. So reclaiming your identity is crucial, and this can include reconnecting with old interests or trying new ones, strengthening your support system, defining your needs and values, and creating a compelling vision for your future. Rebuilding your identity also involves rediscovering who you are outside of the relationship. Who are you when you're not shaped by someone else's drama, demands, or dysfunction? This is the time to ask yourself, who are you? What excites you? What do you stand for? What kind of life do you want to build, and what kind of person do you want to be? Remember, this is about slowly piecing together the fragments of yourself that you may have neglected, ignored, or lost along the way. It's not just about letting go of the other person, it's really about coming home to yourself. And if you need more help with this, please consider my toxic relationship recovery program or my men's group coaching program so you can start moving forward with clarity and confidence. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these 7 steps to break a trauma bond gave you some clarity and some helpful tools to start your healing journey. Remember that breaking a trauma bond is hard, but with the right strategies, support, and time and patience, you can rebuild your life and your identity. So please drop me your questions in the chat. Anything about trauma bonds, anything else you want to discuss, I will be answering live for the next 15 minutes. So ask away.